If you want peace, work for justice. For man at his best is the noblest in all animal. But separated from law and justice, he is worse than a beast. Equality and justice in Edo. The recent killing in Uromi in Edo State has once again brought to the fore the impunity of herders' invasion of farms under the guise of cattle grazing, created and overlooked, especially by President Muhammadu Buhari during his administration. Whilst we condone with the victim of the disease family of the March incidents in Edo, in Uromi, we must also console the family of the incessant killings, kidnapping and farm invasion in Edo State and in Nigeria in general, because the matter did not be today. While I commend the swift response and effort of the state government at de-escalating the situation and tension through their action, effort, and the visit to the Kano state government and the federal government directive to arrest the culprit and ensure justice is served, may I also use this opportunity to remind those fanning the embers and the flames of war from the north, especially those people from the north, that people and villages in Edo State have been crying for protection and justice against terrorist herdsmen's invasion and destruction of their farm since 2015, when the Buhari administration came on board and turned deaf ear to all of this killing. They have been killed, kidnapped, slaughtered in their farms, some on their journey, traveling, some even in their sleep, and others were even killed after ransom had been collected from their families, just like the one that happened in Igbera camp close to Agbede recently. Sometimes in February 2021, Edo women protested in Benin over their inability to go to their farms for fear of being kidnapped by herdsmen terrorists. Also in recent times, the Catholic bishops and reverend fathers and faithfuls have been kidnapped and killed senselessly in Auchi and Mafeme Aziz in Edo North. Even as the Edo Central area, that's where the Uromi area, the Esan area, have been under siege by terrorists and bandits, kidnappers. So all of this, sometimes you get to these places, they tell you can't travel once it is fall. So while we condemn the killing, we cannot close our eyes to certain pertinent questions begging for answers. And we hope that apart from arresting the perpetrators of the heinous crime, the police and the military will use this as an opportunity to conduct a detailed forensic investigation into the killings in the state and the country, to determine also if the travelers are truly genuine hunters or terrorists, as some persons have alleged. But also, we hope that this, findings will reassure the citizens that justice is indeed a two-way traffic, which will in turn create a collaborative synergy for peaceful coexistence and ensure safety, security, and stability. Because the idea of when somebody from herdsman carry gun, then is protecting his cow, and then somebody from the south carry gun, then is a criminal. We need to find a way to balance this inequality. This event also has yet again presented another opportunity to the federal government to address the myriad of challenges facing us, especially insecurity. Because I ask, what is the value and dignity of human life to us as a people in Nigeria? How do we intend to resolve the challenges of state and local government policing, banditry, terrorism, inequality, insecurity, poverty, the Land Use Act, fiscal federalism, social justice, even proliferation of small arms, cattle ranching as against open grazing, police reforms, even our population and profiling, and then true and reflective local government autonomy? You can add your own if you like, because the issue is plenty. Why the security and welfare of the people is the responsibility of the government, and the state governors are the chief security officers of their various states. But I want to ask, can a state governor command a common DPO without the DPO taking instructions from the commissioner, who will take instruction from Abuja? The answer is blowing in the air, So the more we keep running away from addressing these issues, the more the country sinks deeper into the abyss of a failed and condemned state, condemned by insecurity. So don't tell me that every country have their own problem, because I will also tell you that every country deals with their challenges. And how are we dealing with ours? As this menace of insecurity has become so endemic, to the extent that we have accepted invasion of communities as a normal occurrence, not worthy of even mentioning in the news. Look at what is happening in Benue and all the killings that have been going on. If not for this now, we for now also here too. So I will therefore advocate, while tempers are high and flaring on both sides of the divide, as those from Edo and the South are condemning even the governor for extending a visit to his Kano state counterpart and asking if those killed by bandits and terrorists in the South were compensated with a visit from the northern governors. But the issue is a very dicey issue. And then those in the North who are also calling for blood and reprisal should stop living in denial that most of those bandits terrorizing the communities in the South are not their brothers. They are from the North, and they know that. Even though we agree that there are some collaborators, amongst them from the southern villages. So consequently, we should realize that if these issues are not handled and resolved with diplomacy, it might snowball into a full-blown war that nobody is willing or capable of fighting. And in war, I can tell you, we are all casualties. Anyway, like they say, communication is a two-way traffic. So make I hold am here and listen to your voices on all social media platforms shown on your screen. And please feel free to share. For in diplomacy, in diplomatic relationship, we say the table used to dialogue after the war always existed even before the war. So it takes only a discerning mind to observe that table. So those people who are dialoguing now, kudos to them. But also at the same time, let us also understand that the problem is massive. And then apart from dialogue, let there be actions and consequences. Thank you and see you next week.